So briefly discuss the source of business law. So you need to explain in detail about the sources of business law. Who is a minor? The meaning of a minor or definition of a minor. All agreements are not contracts, but all contracts are agreement. Explain. Then explain in detail the provision of Information Technology Act of 2000. What are the provisions? Hi and a warm welcome to you all dear students. I, George Jalime, Commerce Faculty, Department of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Dear students, this is for your syllabus and for your subject business laws for 6th semester BCom about the model question paper. How the paper will be, the question paper pattern will be, how the question paper pattern will be for your examination, right, for your semester examination. So here I am just going to give you the pattern, that is part A, part B and part C. It has been divided, the question paper, and out in part A how many questions you need to answer, in part B how many questions you need to answer, and part C how many questions you need to answer, and in each part how much marks it has been allotted, like 5 marks part A, part B it will be for 10 marks and part C it will be for 15 marks. So how many questions will be there, and out of that how many questions you need to answer, and how much marks you will get out of that particular part A, part B and part C. So like this, and which are the most likely questions which may come and which is repeated questions, it has been put in this particular model question paper. So students, first and foremost in part A, it is of 5 marks, it is related to 5 marks. So here answer any 4 questions, following questions which carries 5 marks each. So if you answer 4 questions out of 8 questions, 7 or 8 it will be, so you can get 5 marks each, means 5 4s are 20 marks you get in part A. So first question will be like this. It may be, it is I am not saying that it will appear, but these are the repeated questions and most likely questions which has been asked. So these are the most likely questions where it can be again appearing also. So briefly discuss the source of business law. So you need to explain in detail about the sources of business law for 5 marks. Then second question, what are the essential elements of a valid offer? So here you need to write what are the essential elements, the elements of a valid offer. If that particular offer is to be called as a valid offer, then what are the essential elements should be there. Then distinguish between fraud and misrepresentation. So you need to write the differences between fraud and about misrepresentation. The next question is like, state the various rights of patentee as per Patent Act 1970. So here you need to write what are the rights of a patentee as a patent, if as the owner of the patent of that particular commodity or goods, what are the rights he is having. So you have to write the rights of a patentee. Then what are the anti-competitive agreements? So what do you mean by anti-competitive agreements? The meaning concept you have write, and state any 3 anti-competitive agreements. So you need to write any 3 of the anti-competitive agreements about this particular agreements, right? Then what is cyber law? State its objectives. So first and foremost you write the meaning of cyber law, then what are the objectives of that particular cyber law. Then what are the offences and penalties under the Competition Act. So here you need to write the answer, what are that is the offences which is been done, and for that what are the penalties has to be paid or which has to be which is coming under the Competition Act. Then what are the objectives of a Competition Act? What are the objectives of a Competition Act? So all this are the questions. Out of this you can answer any 4. So you have choices here. So whichever is easy for you, which you find it easy, see that you answer it first. So 4 if you answer out of this 8 or 7 questions, so if you carries 5 marks, surely you will get 20 marks in the part A itself. Now coming to part B, it is of 10 marks. So here answer any 3, they are saying answer any 3 following questions which carries 10 marks each. So if you answer any 3 which is carrying 10 marks each, you get 30 marks here. You get 30 marks. So there in part A it is 20, here you get 30, so totally 50 marks is in your hands now. So the questions may be like this. Define the term contract. So you need to write the definition of the contract. What is a contract, the definition, concept as well as definition you need to write. Then what are the essentials of a valid contract? So you need to write, if that particular contract has to be a valid contract, then what are the essential features? The essential features has to be mentioned here and it should be explained. Then explain briefly the various ways in which a contract may be discharged. So which are the various ways or the methods where the contract can be discharged? So that you need to explain then. Then it's asked, the third questions will be like this. All agreements are not contracts, but all contracts are agreement. Explain. So this is a statement. So they are saying all agreements are not contracts. So all agreements cannot be a contract, but all contracts can be an agreement. So you need to explain this particular statement, right? Then state the remedies available to the patentee in case of infringement of his patent right. So what are the remedies available for a patentee if someone is using his patent rights? Someone has acquired his patent right, then what are the remedies this person, the patentee, can get? So that you need to write the answer. So this is about 10 marks. So 3 into 10, 30 marks. So totally 50 marks from part A 20, part B 30, so 50 marks you are getting. Now coming to part C, it is carrying 15 marks each. So here how many questions you need to answer? They are asking that any 2 of the following questions, right? So 2 into 15, it comes to 30 marks. So 50 plus 30, it comes to 80 marks. So your question paper will be for 80 marks. And here the question is like this. Who is a minor? First and foremost, you have to write who is a minor, the meaning of a minor or definition of a minor. Then what are the effects of a minor's agreement? So what are the effects of a minor agreement? So we have nearly 10 to 12 points are there. So all the 10 to 12 points you need to explain. Then secondly, define consideration. So you need to define, that is the definition of the consideration has to be written here. Then along with that, you need to explain what are the legal requirements for consideration. What are the legal requirements? Then explain the components of Indian Competition Act of 2002. So you have to write what are the components of Indian Competition Act of 2002. Then who can apply for patent? Who can apply for patent? Then explain the procedure for registration of a patent. So they can ask you the question like who can apply? Who are eligible to apply for this particular patent? So I told you in the concept class and the revision class also, like an individual or jointly they can come and apply for the patent rights, or it may be the inventor who can come and apply for the patent rights as a for getting the patent rights. Then it can be individual companies or the jointly companies can come and apply for the patent. Then what are the procedures for registration of the patents? So the registration procedure, that all the procedures you need to write all the points and explain at least some 3 to 4 lines each. Then explain in detail the provision of Information Technology Act of 2000. What are the provisions related to Information Technology Act of 2000? That should be written. So there are nearly 5 questions are there. They can ask you, they can give you 4 questions also and ask you to answer any 2, or they can give you 5 questions and answer. They can ask you to answer any 2 also. So anything can be like that. So students, totally 80 marks you are getting. So it is very easy. See all these questions which I told you now, these are most likely questions which is appearing in your examination from the previous papers. It has been taken, and it is most likely questions which is appearing, and it is easy also because it is very easy for you to write in the examination, to appear in the examination with this question, because all the topics is been covered in your concept classes in the videos we can go through. Then again it is been done in the live Q&A sessions, right, as well as in your revision class. So and also the notes is given. So everything is covered, all the questions and the answers for it, everything is there in all these 4 elements. One is the YouTube classes, concept classes. Secondly, in the we have done this live Q&A sessions. Then again revision classes I have done, plus the notes also it is given. So for all this, from all these things, easily you can be able to score 80 out of 80. That is full marks you can score if you concentrate and study and watch the videos. So students, wishing you all success and all the best for your examination and also for your bright future. Thank you.